on.
What do you think about Issa and Molly, that fight? What do you think she was wrong for that? Issa for not helping her?
What?
You know how Molly...
Is this what you do with your free time?
Yes, because it keeps me busy. Because Molly didn't want to help Issa with getting Andrew to help her.
Their relationship is weird right now, so whatever.
You're so boring.
I don't know what to say.
Your bum looks nice. Close my door. Okay, hey guys, I'm back. I'm Miss Kegs. I'm here with another video. If it's your first time stopping by, please sit back, relax. We're gonna have a discussion here. And feel free to like this video, leave a comment because I really appreciate it, and click that notification bell. So let's get into it. So last week, I failed. I'm sorry. I forgot to do my Can I Get a 2 Snaps comment of the week. And so I'm going to do one for this week. And you guys, again, commented. I never expected it. I really don't expect people to keep on talking to me, but I love it. And I would encourage it more. I like the discussion. I like the back and forth. So let's keep it going. For the previous week, Can I Get a 2 Snaps is going to Imelda. It's interesting how Issa got support from her brother that Molly would have not given her. And Molly got support from her mom that Issa didn't give her. This probably helped them realize even more that the other person is not being a good friend. But I wonder if they realize that they are also not being a good friend to the other person. Their relationship and lack of communication was very frustrating this episode. Imelda, you got your 2 snaps. And listen, their communication is going to keep on continuing. There's 10 episodes this season. There used to be 8, now there's 10. And what, we're on episode 5? Oh my god. I don't know. I'm just ready for the breakup. I'm just ready. Okay. Context. 1 month before the block party, Issa is so preoccupied with this event that she's putting all her other responsibilities on the back burner. She's not paying the water bill. She's not attending to the renters of the apartment's needs. She's ignoring phone calls, and she's treating the people like they live in Flint, Michigan, giving them doo-doo water. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if you're from Flint, Michigan. I'm Canadian. Sorry. I'll just see what I see on the news. So to make this video easier to understand, I'm just going to keep it plain and simple, talk about 3 topics. I'm going to be talking about Issa and Molly, Molly and Asian Bay, and Issa and Lawrence. So yeah, we're going to talk about Molly and Issa. Like, I'm so frustrated. I do not understand why is it so hard to communicate. Issa and Molly are still distant up to this point. It's been a couple of months now. They're still distant. They're not communicating, and they're making unnecessary shady comments to each other. They also haven't been keeping up with their self-care Sundays, and it has nothing to do with them being busy. In my personal opinion, I don't know if my opinion matters, but if Molly can make time for Andrew, sort of, and if Issa could make time to find like a hookup, why can't they make time for each other? 1 day a week, or even like every 2 weeks, like just call each other, just talk to each other. But no, why not? It shouldn't be this hard to communicate with someone, and it seems like they just don't have any interest in communicating, and it's like a burden. It's like work to communicate with each other, because at this point, when they are together, they're walking around eggshells. They're not saying what they truly mean, and if they are saying something, it's usually a hurtful side joke comment. So the one thing that I really noticed about their encounters is that they have a difficult time talking to each other, yet they have no problem explaining their frustrations to other people when they should be telling those things to each other. In this episode, we see Issa confide in Kelly and Molly confide in Tiff. And what's so funny is that Tiff and Kelly had no idea there was even beef or drama between the two of them. Like, even when they're all talking in a group, they don't even sense it. But us as the viewers, we're seeing from the perspective of Molly and Issa. Issa explains to Kelly she feels that Molly has been on her neck. And Kelly's like, maybe she's just trying to blow off some steam. Maybe she's going through something. And Kelly's like, talk to her. Why don't you tell her this? Why are you she didn't say, why are you telling me? But basically she's saying what the viewer's saying. Go and tell Molly this. Just talk. But no, Issa has to be stubborn and dismisses what Kelly says. And Issa says, you know what, it's okay. She sees me as she sees me. And I'm like, why would you say that? It sounds almost like Issa is coming to terms with the fact that Molly's not going to change. And you know what? If she wants to be like that, she could be like that and I'll be like this. And I don't like that either. So that conversation is done. Let's move on to Tiff and Molly's conversation. Molly's just, Tiff makes a cute, innocent comment about how, Molly and Andrew would have cute babies, whatever. And then, Molly goes on about her whole, like, I'm chill, like, don't put those ideas in my head. And then Tiff says something normal, not a big deal, like, whatever makes you happy, like, just do you, I'm happy for you, like, do you. And Molly gets triggered. What? Did Issa tell you that? Did Issa tell you that? Who told you that? And I'm like, damn, sis. Responding to Molly, Tiff says, I think it's been a communication break. It's been a communication breakdown. The way I interpreted it was that Tiff is saying, you guys just need to communicate. Like, I feel like your communication is off and you just have to figure out how to rebuild that. That's how I took it. I don't know. Can someone explain what Tiff was saying to me? Because maybe it just went over my head. For the part where Issa asked Molly for a favor, I'm going to get into that a bit later. So just stick around because I want to hear your guys' opinion about it. I can honestly say, even though I'm frustrated, like, I like the direction that this season is going in, because this is a concept that we rarely see. We never see best friends break up on TV. Rarely. We're always used to seeing, like, a romantic relationship ending. We see the turmoils, the struggles between the two partners, but we never see two best friends break up. Supposedly best friends break up. And I think it hits a lot for the viewers, especially for me, because I can't even imagine. I've never ended a friendship. So I can't really relate because I'm nice. I get along with people, I think. And I can't imagine breaking up with my best friend. I would be so lost. I'd be like, who do I talk to? And I guess that's what's happening. They're like, okay, Molly is clinging to a man and Issa is clinging to work and possibly her ex-boo. The internet, again, is coming for Molly. Let's give her a break because I see some growth. Like, look at her at her work. She's finally reestablished a good rapport with her coworkers. They're all laughing, they're all joking around. Everything seems good. She's a team player. So, Molly, you get a applause. In the previous episode, it was established that Molly and Andrew, Asian Bae, are exclusive. And I forgot to talk about that. I was so out of it last week. But I was so excited. I was like, exclusive? Did those words come out of your lips? Molly's out here claiming Andrew, calling him her man. You know how many times she said, my man this episode? I don't know, but she said it a lot. And then Asian Bae was calling Molly out and he was like, hey, we're not in the honeymoon phase anymore. And I was like, oh, I was shook. I was like, oh, Boo's serious. He's ready. He's like, yo, this lovey-dovey stuff, it's over now. Like, this is the real deal. What are you saying right now? Everyone on the internet's like, oh, he doesn't say I love you. He doesn't do this. They don't call each other boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm pretty sure if a girl says, that's my man, and he says, we are not in the honeymoon phase anymore, I think you could call that a relationship. But that's just me. I don't think you need to hear I love you every 2 seconds to know someone's in a relationship. Okay, so what's the problem? The problem is that Molly has never made it in a relationship this long. Understandable, I guess. So she's never had to balance her work life with her personal / love life. I like what the writers are doing with Molly and Asian Bae because obviously Asian Bae, Andrew, is a working man. He's busy in his own right, but I love the energy of seeing the guy being the one frustrated with not getting enough time and not being able to see his partner. Because we usually see in TV shows, it's the man that works the long hours, never has time for his wife. They're not married, but like never has time for his wife or girlfriend. But in this case, it is Molly. And I feel like Andrew should have understood that Molly is a lawyer. Like, what do you expect? Lawyers, once business hours are over, lawyers are still up working. They're reading, they're finding evidence, they're looking through files. Like, being a lawyer is not a 9 to 5 type of job. It is 24 hours in my opinion. Molly and Andrew usually have argument. I think it's normal for a relationship for people to have arguments. With this whole schedule compatibility, I feel like they still ended up handling it well. Molly like still has her like jabby, like quick tongue with Andrew, but she finds a way to be like, hey, this was wrong of me. Let me take a step back and let's see where we could work from here. And she can never. Why can't she do this with Issa? Like, I feel like she wants to talk to Issa, but Issa always avoids it, which is another issue. But if you could communicate this well with Andrew, use that energy, put that same time into your communication with Issa. So in terms of Issa asking for a favor from Molly for help with the block party and Molly saying no, this one is kind of like, I get both sides. I really do. Do I agree with someone more? I don't know yet. Let's see how I feel when I start talking. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Issa called Molly and Molly picked up the phone. She's like, hey girl, this is Issa. Issa's like, hey girl, I need to talk. I need to talk right now. And then Molly responds, oh my gosh, yes, I need to talk too. When she responded, I knew what she thought. She thought that, oh, they're finally going to have the conversation. So then she began talking about herself, about her day. And that's where she went wrong. When somebody calls you and says, hey, we need to talk, you don't go and start talking about your problems and yourself. You're supposed to act like a normal person. Hey, what's up? Are you okay? What do you need to talk about? You ask them what they want to talk about and let them lead the discussion. So Issa asks for help from Molly and she just explains that, hey, my headliner dropped out. And then Molly, obviously being a lawyer, was like, why would they drop out? Like, did they break their contract? And Issa's like, yeah, they did. And then she goes full blown lawyer mode, but it came off in like a patronizing way, like, oh my god, what did you do this time? I think Molly was actually trying to be a friend there, but her tone, again, I don't know, Molly's tone is so harsh, it came off as rude. And Issa just didn't want to hear it because she's pressed for time. Like, she just needs her friend to like help her. She doesn't want to hear any sort of like judgment upon her. She just wants some help. I think the whole thing with Molly saying, I want to keep these two parts separate, whatever she was saying with, I feel like she was just throwing shade again at Issa and saying, hey, you're too messy and I don't want to bring Andrew into this and I don't want to ruin what I have, because up until this point I've been doing so well, and I feel like if I start asking him for stuff, he's not going to be with it. But first of all, Andrew's very nice, Andrew's very understanding, and one thing it's important to note is Andrew was the one who told Nathan about the block party, which is why he called Issa. So clearly Andrew's excited about this event and he hopes it goes well. So I feel like he would be totally fine with helping Issa and making sure this event goes as according to plan, because at the end of the day, if he helps her get an artist, that's money in his pocket for his company. That's a business deal happening right there. So Molly's little theatrical whole, nah, I need to separate you from him, is kind of messy for me. That was pretty messy. I'm like, how can you not help your friend network when you have connections like that? That was kind of snaky to me. I didn't like that. Issa has some part to play in this too, because she just called asking for favors. And nobody likes that friend that just asks for stuff and never gives anything back. And I understand she's asking because she's pressing for time. But even though Molly started the conversation about herself, she could have just listened. Listened for 1 minute and just addressed the problem, the elephant in the room, and be like, hey girl, I know we're going through stuff right now, but be like, I really want to talk to you about it, but I can't right now. And just explain your situation. Be like, I lost my headliner and everything's going to shit. And just be like, I need your help. I know we're not on the best terms, but you're my best friend and I need you. And then Molly would have been like, you know what? I'll put away this petty stuff and I'll help my girl out. And this could have went so different. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I honestly don't know. Like, I'm thinking maybe in 1 month, Molly would be like, yeah, I'll help you out. Even though she doesn't want to. But I don't know. And Molly's going to show up with a negative attitude again. If she shows up to this event with a negative attitude, I am done. Molly, you lose points again. Right now, you were up here, now you're there. And if you show up with a bad attitude, you're back down. Next, we're going to talk about Mr. Provider, you know, Mr. Employed, like Kelly likes to say. Out here looking like a provider. I'm going to cut to the chase. I think what Lawrence had to tell Issa is that he broke up with Condola. I feel it. I feel it in my spirit. I feel it. I sense it. Why else wouldn't Condola answer Issa's text? The last time they communicated was November 30th. And she finally replied back to Issa on December 6th. That's a long time to leave someone on red. And also, Issa's looking very desperate, which is understandable because that's Issa. But but out here saying, "Hey girl, you see me?" She put the Snapchat bit emoji like, "I'm still here. Like, are you there?" Lawrence was so ready to tell Issa something, but he held back because Issa was spiraling on that phone. She was going through it, and he's like, I don't want to add any more drama. Maybe he was gonna tell Issa, like, you need to stop talking to Condola, or maybe he was gonna say, hey, we've broken up, but I'm hoping he said, me and Condola are separated. And here's why I think he's gonna say that. Because he had that conversation with Derek about his daughter in the nursery. Derek said the line, when it's worth it, you'll make it work. The camera shot on Lawrence's face, so again, I think he's reflecting that Issa is the one who's worth it. And even though this woman cheated on me, like, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna forgive her. So that's why I think Lawrence was ready to tell Issa he ended things with Condola. Let me know if you agree, disagree, what you think he was about to say. I don't know. So, that is all for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and please comment. Let's have a discussion. Let's get things rolling. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye.